tried to proper push me off my chair then.
No.
You did. I knew you were going to do.
No, only because you wobbled on your fat ass.
Anyway, hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to do some news from around the studio, talk a little bit about what's coming up, what's just happened, and go in depth in a few little subjects that we've had over the last few weeks. So, right, shall we get going?
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul, nice to see you've come properly dressed, as opposed to last week's video, where it all seemed to go a little bit wrong.
The problem is you don't tend to explain things properly at all.
So we had a bit of fun last week.
Yeah.
With the fancy dress. Mm-hmm. The dress. I was surprised that, I mean, everybody made an effort. You didn't, obviously. Let's gloss over that. But I thought you might have come up with something really interesting for your fancy dress.
Such
I mean, the possibilities that you've got. Captain Haddock.
Captain Haddock, yes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The Mandarin from the Marvel Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. You could have been a Fat Gandhi.
Yeah. Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley, yeah.
Yeah. Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Fat Gandhi.
Instead, you had to go about what you do on the weekend, cross-dressing.
If you'll notice, I'm a little bit broader than Rob, so his dress didn't actually fit me, but thanks for lending it to me.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. You filled it out quite nicely.
But at least it looked right on my legs on account of you being so short.
You've got good legs, though.
Yeah, thank you. So have you.
It's all like rugby you used to play. While we're talking about Halloween, and I don't know, it's deteriorated into this mess.
Oh, here we go.
Let's remind everybody that if they comment on the video, they can win this helmet, as seen here. You can see the comparison with other helmets. So, all you need to do is comment on which video, Clarky?
Halloween video.
Yeah.
Just comment underneath, say something witty, whatever our favourite comment is.
Yeah.
We'll pick it again.
Do you know how it was?
Should we say that again?
How it
Because
was weathered?
people probably can't get it
Yeah.
in his throat.
Well, do you know how it was weathered? We put Rob's tighty whities over it. And voila. Okay.
Anyway, so comment on the Halloween video. If you've not watched it already, look it up. There's a link somewhere that Clarky can do some YouTube magic with.
Now, you've done a vlog with Roy Rogers.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Roy Rogers interview?
I certainly did. It's mad. I
It
never
was-
knew any of that.
It was great to meet him, chat to him, and be that little bit closer to the original production. And yeah, bit of a bombshell.
Well, I couldn't believe that with the whole 3PO hand episode.
Yeah, so I think that was...
Jesus.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I think the wrong plaster was used, which shouldn't get... They usually use their plaster that doesn't get as hot.
Yeah.
So that's... I think that's one of the reasons why it's not really been talked about, because it was a bit of a...
Yeah.
And someone was responsible.
I'm worried about trying all these things on for you now, in case something happens to me.
No, don't worry about it. They're fine.
I felt a swelling.
You may not be able to hear Clarky today, because when he throws his comments in from behind the camera, he's actually lost his voice because he hasn't got COVID. He's tested negative
Hang on,
for COVID.
we're not sure because we're going by his word, but he's got COVID.
I haven't said it properly.
What's that?
Pardon?
Do you know who he sounds like?
Your mum?
No, the makeup artist out of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Honey, I'm so happy.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Snowtrooper. The Snowtrooper sculpt. And
Roy
Roy
Rogers, yes.
So,
yes.
I noticed... So, yeah, interesting. I wonder if that is what was made, you know, the piece that they were making that Roy was telling us that story about.
Yeah.
It's just a coincidence that it came up. I thought it was quite fascinating. One of the other things that I would just like to mention is Roy was pretty adamant that there were no drawings supplied to him of the, certainly of the medical droid, and that he just got some instructions, they got on with it, and that over time they were coming up with ideas and trying them out. And yet we have that Macquarie drawing, which looks very, very like the finished medical droid. And we look at it and we are told or we assume that it's a concept drawing, and that made me think how many other drawings that Macquarie did were done after the actual pieces were made. Interesting. I think that raises a question I can't answer. So a couple of weeks ago we found out about the passing of Gerald Holm. Gerald was the Mon Calamari in Return of the Jedi, and he was also Squidhead. He did the certain pose for Squidhead.
Right, okay.
That was pure Gerald, and he was also, of course, Mr. Muscle when we were kids.
To prove the new Mr. Muscle range tackles the filthiest of jobs with plenty of muscle, we gave it to someone with none.
But that was the more interesting thing for me when we met him, talking about that, and he was saying that it did him well and that it bought him a house in London. So yeah, he was quite happy doing the Mr. Muscle ads. Now Gerald was a flamboyant character, I think it's fair to say, and a few years ago, probably many years ago actually now, which I wouldn't care to think about, we spent the weekend with him at a convention organised by Hollow Red Estella in Seville. But Santiago got in touch with us and said, do you want to come out and do this convention? And we were like, what, trip to Spain? Yeah, that sounds good. So we were staying in the hotel, or I think it was like a youth hostel actually. And Gerald was the guest of honour, and we ended up spending the entire weekend with him. And this wasn't a case of just we saw him at the convention. After the convention, we ate together, and then after we'd eaten, we went out on the town, and then we went to see the palace from episode 2, which is in Seville, which was another reason why we really wanted to go. And it was just an amazing weekend. I think he did a Q&A. Gerald did a Q&A on stage, and for some reason he managed to drag me and Simon up there on the stage as well. It was quite an insane time, really. So I do feel like I got to know Gerald quite well in that time. So it's sad, and I think it's a reminder that if you want to meet these guys, now the conventions are back open.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you get the opportunity and you want to meet them, strike while the iron's hot, because you never know. Let's move on to Scouts, because your tutorials, guys, are you getting back on it?
Very soon.
All 3 people that have been watching them have now messaged us to say, when's Paul going to get back onto the...
By the way, thanks for the thanks for the vlogs, Paul, the tutorials. Just so you know, we've finished our Scouts. When are you going to finish yours?
Yeah.
I've just been a little busy, and I think I've got another week till it's all sorted out. Then we'll be back on it, won't we? Simple as that.
Right, okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
So speaking of Scouts, we launched the Scout Blaster.
Oh, did we?
Oh. You're all about the Scouts, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think of that then?
It's sweet. It's really nice.
What do you think? It's fat, isn't it? It's got some heft.
Yeah.
If you were to describe, if you were to
if I was to describe it
in one word, what would that word be?
Voluptuous. It's a sweet little blaster, isn't it?
I was thinking girth.
Someone explained to me the other day that that's actually the trigger.
Is that the trigger? It could be.
But
how cool would that be?
Somebody said it to me. I still don't even know. It might have been just...
It would be fun though.
Yeah. Well, on account of, like, we've always been like, well, there's no trigger in it.
It's a space trigger.
Yeah. Do you shake it and it fires?
It's a push button.
Yeah. But someone did inform me that.
Just be careful. Careful with your gun there.
Pew! It's brilliant.
It's always interesting to see the details that you miss, that you can't quite grasp from photographs. And with this one, it's that thickness.
Yeah, definitely.
That is thick. But I mean, I love this blaster. This is iconic to me because of the vintage figure.
Yeah, yeah.
And how all the figures would usually come with like the same 1, 2, 3, 4 different styles of guns or whatever. And this figure was the only one that came with this tiny little blaster.
So, can I have one of these for my Scout?
Well, we did put the run out there very recently, and it sold out in record time for us. I can't quite believe how quickly that did go. So if you're on the run, Paul, you can do no problem. Are you on the run?
I'm not on the run now. but
That's so nice.
I reckon I can just get myself another Scout armour and get one of them with it.
Oh, nice touch. So yeah, it is only going to be available moving forward with our commissions. We've done it as a limited edition because we don't really want to get into making weapons and blasters. So we do make blasters, but to complete commissions, because that makes life so much easier. You get the box, you open it, everything's in there. You don't have to start hunting around for another maker to get that piece. That's why we do the blasters. We don't really want to get into making the blasters, and they can be time consuming. Another way of putting it is they take us off building the armour to make the blasters.
Yeah.
So, but this, I mean, this was so special because it's the first time that a Lineage production made blaster has been made available, and we thought we had to do something and show it the respect that it needed and make that available and share it with you guys. And it's going to display so well in my collection, that's for sure. I know exactly where I'm going to put this. That's a Scout blaster. It's so exciting, and the provenance that it's got as well, coming directly from Ira or from his private collection, is just absolutely astonishing. So I'm so proud that we have got the opportunity to bring this to the community and be responsible for dropping this amazing piece. So cool. Anyway, as the big Scout fan that I know you are, and to encourage you to get back on your tutorials, I thought you may, I've got you a present, I've got you a little gift. I thought you may want to
Oh my lord!
model this for us.
Oh my god!
Obviously, it's an excuse
In medium?
just to get you out your clothes. Of course, it is medium.
at that beauty.
I know what size you are.
Untuck that from that middle flap. There you go. There's the King of Troopers. There's the TK helmet. Look at that, eh?
Get it on.
I'm gonna get it on.
Do you remember Twins with Danny DeVito?
Fire! Jesus.
I think we really need to start doing baseball caps and what have you, though, because we do always wear baseball caps, and we haven't got a RS baseball cap, have we?
That's true.
We had a baseball cap, kids.
I can't think now. You've clanged my bollocks together.
No, I'm gonna have bangers and mash tonight because that really with gravy. I think it was gravy anyway. All in amongst it.
Such a dick.
Thank you.
So that's the new T-shirt. That is going out with the Scout commissions.
Yeah.
Currently, it's been around for a couple of weeks, hasn't it? I think we've
Yeah.
worn it in a couple of videos and not mentioned it.
Yeah.
But why are you standing behind me? You're
Why
making
are
me
you
so
doing?
nervous.
Yeah. I look good. I look good.
Were you trying to see your reflection?
Unlike you.
We need to
Yes.
talk about Wiries. We've got a couple of things that we need to address. One, the Wiries have been shipping out. They're shipping out quite quickly as well.
Yes.
From a certain point of view, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's been people waiting. a couple
Now,
of years that
now,
would
now,
disagree with you.
yeah. Now they're shipping out quite
Yeah.
quickly.
We're really motoring through them. We are building the numbers 70 through to 80 at the moment. In the paint, must be 60 through to 70. I'm very pleased with how they're going. Now, the last batches that have gone out without plaques. That will be rectified when they come in, but we didn't want to hold the helmets up because we've learnt from our mistakes. Yeah. So they've gone out as quickly as they can, and we will follow up with the plaques. So don't worry, plaques are imminent. The plaques are on order and they'll be here. We've got all sorts of supply and chain issues in the UK at the moment, which is not helping. But don't worry, plaques are included and they will be coming out. We've got the stands in already. and the main thing is we've got the helmets painted and finished, and they are moving. So that's the wiring update, and I'm very pleased. We are still definitely on track to complete these by the end of the year, and to come back in 2021 with some. Are we in 2021? We are all ready to come back in 2022 with something new to replace this project. That is going to be quite exciting, so stay tuned for that. More will be divulged as we can do, but that's the Y-Wings. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to put it on because
it doesn't fit his head.
No, that's right.
No, it's an amazing helmet. That I love it. Absolutely love that helmet.
So I'm glad that we are coming to the end of it. We've achieved it, and I think the team have really got the mojo back as well over the last 6-8 weeks or something. Obviously with the traumatic time we've had at the beginning of this year, it's nice to see all the team back on it and producing some of the best work that we've done.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Let's see how long that takes to go off. So we did talk about recently.
Quick.
We did talk about the found part being found for the bunker bomb, which was in the Kangol drill. Just would like to say, we didn't identify the piece. That was Wavy on the RPF. We just produced that video after the news broke about what the found part was, and to let everybody know. And just to add to that, now the information is already coming out that the green handle with the red trigger is the one with the orange found part. So we're busy at the moment in the studio building commissions. Anything that's ordered now should be getting delivered before Christmas. That's the goal. Can't see any problems with that at the moment. We have had supply chain issues with plastics and stuff. I know PVC is still an issue at the moment. ABS was an issue, but we resolved that one.
It's been causing a few sleepless nights, all this, hasn't it?
It's been a bit of a nightmare, but commissions are on. They're going to get out before Christmas. I don't see a problem with that. I think we've got everything under control. We've probably still got a little bit of capacity for stuff before Christmas. If anybody is thinking about Christmas, let's face it, we just had Halloween, so Christmas is just around the corner. In the next few weeks, we're going to... the time frame is going to mean that we push new orders into next year. So if anybody is thinking about Christmas, this is probably the time.
Let's get them in now,
This is the time to pull the trigger or speak to us and see what the availability is like. Who knows what could be happening in the coming weeks. So that's about it for that. I think that's everything in it. I think we've got it off our chest.
Yes.
We've got some, as always, we've got some interesting stuff coming up, so do stay tuned for that. We have also got the special little costumes we've been building for a convention. That's now fairly imminent, isn't it? In the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
So we'll be dropping that. But next time we are devoting another episode to the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So there we go. So that's it for this time. A bit longer than usual, but that's because Paul just rambled on and rambled on and rambled on. Reminder to comment on the Halloween video if you haven't already.
His mum doesn't mind me taking my time.
And if you...
Go on. Go on, keep talking.
Comment, you already wind me up. You don't have to do that. So comment on the Halloween video if you do want to win this grotesque one-off helmet. And yeah, that's it for this time. I will see you on the Hall of Fame, and I'll see you back in the studio.
Arrivederci. That's off that your record player, isn't it? That's another piece, isn't it? I think I did just drink some dust.